hello, my beautiful friends. Happy Sunday, or as known in ancient times, happy day of the sun. I went to the post office on Friday and I picked up a couple of things that finally came in the mail. I have 3 items that I ordered, but only one came. The others will probably be at the post office tomorrow. And I'm not even sure if I ordered this. I thought I ordered a bullet lipstick by MAC, but somehow I ended up with the Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in Chili Addict. So I tried it on Friday when I got it, and I really liked it. It is a matte liquid lip color. We will put that on a little later, but I'm going to give you a swatch of it on my hand. It's very bright. And that's the color right there. So we're going to try that out. And then what I got was my Il Makiage concealer, which I was so excited to get. So today we're going to use the Il Makiage Foundation with the Il Makiage concealer. So let me take this out and show it to you. This is, the packaging is just, I'm going to tell you what this is called. I'm flawless. So this is what it's called. Let me see if I can get in. But I love that there's a little window so you can see as your concealer starts to go down. I'm not sure if this is refillable. I haven't really read about it yet. But this is the color that they matched me to, which is a lot lighter than my foundation, because I guess that you put your foundation over this. So this is the color. It's very light. And I thought, why don't we use this today to cut crease as well as a concealer? So let's get started. I hope you go and watched my video on, what am I looking for? I got it. I hope that you go and watch my video about cleaning makeup brushes and makeup tools and how you should store your makeup, because I just watched a video that last night that was sent to me from a friend. A lot of people end up with skin conditions, eye conditions, because they are not cleaning their makeup tools on a regular basis. They're keeping their mascaras way too long, and so they're ending up with pink eye. They're storing their makeup in the bathroom with humidity, mold spores in the air. Every time somebody flushes the toilet, we've got the mist that falls on the makeup if it's left open. So it's a great video. I'm not a germaphobe, but I do keep my tools away from the bathroom. I do keep everything. I have a drawer for my palettes. I have a drawer for all my makeup. And I keep everything covered. So that, you might want to check that out. I'm not that big into, I feel like if you've got all of your products covered in the bathroom, just wash your hands before you pick something up and go to use it, as long as it's covered. The whole bathroom thing didn't bother me. But if you're leaving your brushes and your makeup sponges or any of your palettes open, bacteria is going to fall inside of that or on top of. So try to store your things in a closet or in plastic bins or under the vanity in a drawer, away from all of that could fall inside your makeup or on your makeup tools. Okay, so let's start this video off with an affirmation card, shall we? It's always good to start a video off on a happy note. And since for us Sunday is a relaxing day, we like to start the week off relaxing on Sunday. One day a week should be, it doesn't have to be Sunday, but you should have one day a week where you are relaxing. Your day off, your weekend might be your work week. You might work 4 straight days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then have the rest of the time off. But you should have some downtime. That's really important for the psyche. It's really important for the body to rejuvenate and just your overall well-being. I know, I could never figure out when I was in my late 40s into my 50s. I began to question everything, and I couldn't figure out how we're supposed to work 5, sometimes 6 days a week, and Sunday's supposed to be the rest day, yet everybody's getting up, they're getting ready, they're getting dressed, they're heading to church, then they're going to get breakfast, coming home, cooking a big dinner. Is that really rest? I really don't think that's what God meant by rest. Rest from your labors. And, recreation can be a form of rest for some people, but for me, rest is rest. Perfect for what I just said. I am centered within my divine self. If you notice, this fairy or angel is sitting on a tree stump in the woods, collecting their thoughts, being at peace, being at one with nature, being at one with their self, their inner being. And that's what rest is. I've already rested for several hours, and I'm doing this video, but I don't find, this isn't work to me. This is fun. The editing and all that is work, but I can do that at another time. I can do that this evening if I feel like it, or tomorrow morning. So let's get started. First, I'm going to use the concealer, the new Il Makiage. This is 1.5. And I'm going to put this all over my lid. Only my lid. I think how I'm going to do it today is I'm going to do one eye on camera and one eye off camera. So I want this to be really light. Okay, I am not a pro with cut creasing. I just find it fascinating. I'm really going to load this up. Let me grab a brush here. I'm really going to load this up on my eyelid. Now, it may crease, but don't worry about it because we're going to go over it with eyeshadow. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to go into this dark green. This is going to be the end of the greens for a while. This is Midnight Sun, and this is Pat McGrath's palette. I'm going to take that dark green and I'm going to draw it. See, it's already creasing. Let me set it with powder. I just don't feel comfortable. I don't have any P. Louise. I'm going to get some. I'm going to use translucent powder. I'm going to get some P. Louise. I'm going to set this with powder so it doesn't go anywhere. All right. This is going to be a more dramatic look. Okay, I'm going to go back with that green that I showed you. And I'm going to draw a line from my inner corner. And it's not going to be perfect. All the way down. And then I'm going to curve it up like that. If you watch this video and this is not something that you would do, can you kindly hold your comments to yourself? Kindly. Because I'm telling you from the get-go that this is a dramatic look. And if I put a short on, 1 minute that I have to cut and edit, and that's all you see, you know where to find me. Don't ask me questions. Go to the video. Go to the video. And if you're going to make a nasty comment, be strong, be courageous, and go to the full video and watch that before you make your comment. I don't personally see why people have to be like that. Now I'm going to take a fluffy brush. I'm going to wipe it off on my microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to blend that in above the cut crease and out. Now, if you think this looks awful, you're entitled to your opinion, but it is for dramatics, okay? I probably won't go, any place like to a wedding or anything like that looking like this. I would go to a party. To me, that's not dark enough, so I'm going to darken that up. Okay, now I'm going to go back with my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend it. In little circles, and then flick it up. Just like that. This is a darker green. This is more like a pine green. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flatter brush. Let's see if I can find one like this. And I'm going to pat into this shimmery green from Lunar Beauty. And I'm going to put that on the outside corner of my eye right here, and bring it in. And then drag that up into the pine green. I'm also going to take a little bit of it, and I'm going to put it just above the pine green and down into the corner of my eye. Like that. Now I'm going to take this brush, which I haven't used yet actually. It's kind of got a thin tip to it. And I'm going to take that shimmery green again, and I'm going to drag it under my eye. One thing I like about shimmers is it's really not a glitter. Glitter can, you know, fling off of the bristles of the brush and go right into your eye and create a nightmare. I'm not big on glitter, but I do like shimmer. Okay, I'm going to use this brush again because it's working really well. And it's dense. I'm going to go back and really accentuate the edges. Now I'm going to take my fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend. Up. Now you can see my wrinkles. Watch. No wrinkles, wrinkles. Who cares? All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gorgeous gold right here. And I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to pat it under my eyebrow. Irish colors, greens and gold. Greens and gold. I'm going to take my dense brush. I'm going to go back in, just sweep a little bit of that gold, and I'm going to bring that under my eye, too. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some of the concealer with some of the shimmery eyeshadow. So I'm taking some of the concealer. I don't even know if this is what you're supposed to do, but this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to mix with this white shimmer right here. So I'm going to pick that up with my brush quite a bit. And I'm going to mix it in with the concealer. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to pat that where I put the original concealer. And I'm just going to go down to the edge of my eye here. Just to the edge. And bring it in. Okay, now cut creases are supposed to be crisp. So let's go back. Let's take a little bit more of that. And let's draw a line. Somebody went onto my channel on my last cut crease and wrote, "wrong!" exclamation point. I'm like, There's no right or wrong to this. There's no right or wrong. And why should people wait until they have the exact product that they need to do this when they've got concealer normally and they've got some shimmery eyeshadow or even some mattes? Why should a person wait because somebody's saying wrong? Okay, this is going to be a little out of the ordinary. I'm going back in with that white, taking some more of the concealer. And do you see where I have this here? I'm going to draw another line. Like that. All right. I'm going to continue to bring it up as far as I put the initial eyeshadow. Going back with some more concealer and mixing it with the eyeshadow. Okay, taking some more shimmery eyeshadow, mixing it in with the concealer, going up to a point. Now I'm going to bring this down and over the green. The pine green. Not all the way. Take some more of that shimmer and just kind of pack it on top of that concealer. Like this. See what I did? Now, I don't like the way the gold goes above this. So now I'm going to go back with the gold and just above the white, now I do have wrinkles here. Keep that in mind, okay? I have wrinkles. So I'm going to take my fluffy brush and I'm just going to soften that. Just soften it, because I am going to put foundation on. So don't let that scare you, okay? We want this shimmer for dramatics. One last thing that I'm going to do on this eye before I do the other portion is I'm going to take, let me see, I think I'm going to use this copper. I was going to use rose, but I think I'm going to use this copper color. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to rub it in, and I'm going to place it right in the center of my eye, just like that. I'm not even going to blend it. I'm just going to tap it on there. And I think I'm going to take some, where's that special brush that I have here? Right here. I think I'm going to take some of that and I'm going to put it under my eye in the center, like this. Maybe some in the corner. All right, I like that. No, I am going to take my Makiage eyeliner and I'm going to draw from, I'm going to go over my eye, all right? But I want there to be a swirl. When you use eyeliner, particularly on camera, and you're not going close in, you can't see close in, it isn't easy. I'm happy with this so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyebrow. I'm going to do my eyebrow the way I normally do it. I'm going to go back with my eyeliner and I'm going to connect it. Okay, I drew some strokes in, and I'm going to take my spoolie, and I'm just going to blend that. So I connected this to my eyebrow, and I'm going to use a Q-tip to do it. So I'm going to wet the Q-tip. I'm going to swirl it into the copper that I used in the center of my eye. And I'm going to put a dot there, a dot here, and a dot here. What do you think? Pretty for a party, isn't it? If I had some rhinestones, I could stick it in there. So I'm going to go back with the Il Makiage concealer. And I'm going to take, because I don't want to mess up my makeup. Okay, I'm going to leave this. I'm not going to put the foundation near here. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. My experience is putting the foundation on after you do this kind of a makeup look is better because you have the skin to grab onto. And I'm going to pat in this concealer. And that's good enough. All right, so I will be back. Okay, I'm back with the finished eye look. And I've got to tell you, this Il Makiage concealer is amazing. It is amazing. I got in with my 20-time magnifying mirror, and it does not budge. It's exactly everything that I read about it, heard about it. You don't really see a lot of videos on Il Makiage, but I love it. So what I'm going to do to finalize this video, I already set my eyeshadow with setting spray. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put setting spray as a primer So I won't upset any of this. I'm going to use it as a primer on my face. Okay, so I'm going to go in with 1.5 scoops. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to go around my face where I've done the dramatic eye look. I'm going to take my stipple brush and I'm just going to stipple all around my forehead here. Now, I'm just going to do the areas around the theatrical eye makeup. And since I cleaned my beauty tools, I will link that video up here. Since I cleaned them, you might want to watch that video because I don't want you to get caught up in marketing, okay? Not when it comes to cleaning your beauty tools. It's not necessary. The Makiage Foundation does have a satin look to it. It's not luminous. It's not matte. It's satin. And I really, really like it. It doesn't budge either. A little bit more foundation. I'm going to take this little brush and I'm going to just gently go in and around where I put the theatrical makeup. Now remember, I set this with setting spray. I set the eye makeup, the theatrical look, with setting spray. And I'm just going to kind of, swirl in and around. You'll have to pardon me for sniffing. I have had this sniffing problem since I had COVID. And in the winter, the air gets really dry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with my bronzer. I did not put false eyelashes on today. I'm going to take my bronzer and blush brush and I'm just going to go under my cheekbone. And if I want a really sculpted look today, because I want to make that look for what I'm wearing, I can get really crazy with the bronzer. Remember, this is a theatrical look. All right, maybe I'm going to be in a parade. Maybe I'm going to be in a St. Patty's Day parade. All right. So I'm not going to be really picky about, oh, you can see the lines, you can see this, you can see that. I'm not going to be, because this isn't something that I would wear, out and about. But if I was in a parade, or if I was in a play, or if I was a Scottish dancer, or a Celtic dancer, let's say, yeah, I would do this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the Laura Geller blush. Because these lines come down here, I'm going to put my blush lower than normal. I'm going to take a thinner brush, the brush I used to put the foundation on in and around here. And I'm just going to lightly put on the Laura Geller Coral Cove. Just under, I can maybe flick a little bit of it in. because I set this with setting spray. And people that say that setting spray doesn't work, it's not true. It does work. I have rubbed these. I put a double dose of the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray on my theatrical makeup. I can touch it and it's not moving. Remember, fairies are out in the increments, okay? So their faces are going to be a little ruddy. But I'm a wood fairy right now. This is what I am. I'm a wood fairy. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of blend this in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some highlighter. I'm going to take this brush again. Got some highlighter on my finger. And I'm going to swirl that in. And I'm just going to... it's not really showing up. There we go. All right. I'm going to take a little bit more of that concealer. And I'm going to run it down my nose. Some on the tip. Some right here. Some right here. And some right here. And I'm just going to kind of swirl this in. If I wanted to bake, I could. Okay, I'm going to swirl that on my nose, on my tip, over my Cupid's bow, and on my chin. This is a red. It's like a barn red, but it is a liquid lip. I'm not a big fan of liquid lips, but I've tried this and it works really nice. If you don't want a liquid lip to run into your lines above your lip, this is the one for you. I've got my little fairy satchel pocketbook. Matches my hair. And that is the look for the dramatic Celtic fairy, woodland fairy eye look. Blink, blink. We'll see you in the glen, in the fairy glen, in the ethers. Be well, my friends. Be blessed. Be beautiful, because you are. Until next time.